Hey everybody, it's Dr. Susan Bernstein from Work From Within with yet another episode of Get Real About Work. And today I want you to get real about your learning and development at work. Let me set the context for you about the future of work. And the future of work, gigs and projects and assignments are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. We're working on little bits of things as opposed to some big continuous thing. When we look at, our forefathers, 3, 4 generations back, they made stuff. And they might spend a while making a musket or a blanket or whatever they were making. And now to make or create anything for clients, whether that's a product, service, anything of value, we're doing that in shorter and shorter bursts of things that we contribute in our skills. So that means that we're working for clients or projects or companies for shorter and shorter durations. And we're seeing that where, more and more people are contracting their work. And it's going to be really interesting to see what goes on with employment and being an employee. Will you need to stay with a company? Will a company need you if you're not needed all the time? Does that become economically beneficial? And even does that become beneficial to you to sit around with your potential not being used? So with all that as the backdrop, I want you to think about, well, if I'm working shorter and shorter projects in the future, and maybe I've got a bunch of gigs for different companies, different organizations, different people, then what does that mean about how I need to learn? And one of the big shifts that you're going to start seeing, if you haven't already seen it, is that companies are reducing their training budgets. Because quite honestly, they're afraid that if you join them and you learn something that they pay for and then you leave, you go out the door, there goes all that money that they invested in you. So it's up to you more and more to do and take care of your training by yourself. What does that mean? That means I would encourage you to put aside a part of your paycheck, however you're getting paid, gigs, projects as an employee. Put aside part of that and start doing learning. That might be books. That might be training conferences. That might be conferences. Actually, it's a great way to not only learn, but meet other people and start networking. You can also learn from other people. Find people professionally on LinkedIn groups and find them at meetups and get together with people and start to learn from and with each other in collaboration. So there are many ways to learn. And more training departments are not the places to rely on. I mean, I know that's really harsh, but I want to be straight with you. I want to get real about work and especially about the future of work. There are more and more websites popping up too for you to learn from. Yes, on your own dollar, but you can learn in short microbursts, little things that you need. How to use a particular feature on Excel or how to make something. There's so many new learning things. And a new one that I've just seen is Skillshare, for example. It's a great website where you can learn from other people who are willing to share their expertise, and you can share yours. So it doesn't have to just be a one-way street. Maybe there's something you can teach somebody else in exchange for learning something that you need to learn. So I'm just going to invite you to get thoughtful about how do you learn in this new future. What might be some ways that you find innovative for you to start to learn the things you need to so you can climb those learning curves and learn and develop the skills that you need to develop, to be able to be useful to companies and projects and be a collaborator. So I want to ask you on today's blog post, go ahead and post what is it that you're doing to further your own learning and development? Or what questions do you have about how to build that learning for yourself, how to keep educating yourself continuously? Again, I'd love to hear from you about what are you doing to learn or questions that you have about learning in the future of work. Thanks. This is Dr. Susan Bernstein with another episode of Get Real About Work. Keep watching.